everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome once again to my channel. It's time to take a look at our month ahead. So what does the month of August have in store? Let's see what the cards say about that. I'll be right back and we'll get started. Okay, so I've done my opening meditation and prayed for the highest good to come through the cards and for the highest truth, always highest truth. Okay, so August looks like it could be heating up to be a rather interesting month. Now, it is physically hot where I'm at, but I'm wondering if things other than the physical temperature will be heating up in August. Perhaps things political. Let's see, because I have a hunch that's what's coming up. So I had a series of 9 questions and I laid out 9 cards in my spread here. And I was a little concerned, and I'll go through the cards here in a minute, but we have the Tower card right in the middle of the spread, and it's got the Devil card right next to it. So we might need to buckle up a little bit for August. So let's see what this interpretation has in store. So in the news, I have the Opportunity card with the 3 of Wands coming in. This is a card about taking an opportunity, taking a look at what your options are. So we could be seeing something in the news about an opportunity being taken or something being looked at. Perhaps something is under scrutiny or someone is under scrutiny, but it's about looking to the future with kind of an agenda or an eye on what you want to see transpire. So we'll have to see how that plays out in August, what those energies are. What we need to know about it, now this is kind of interesting because the next 2 questions, the cards kind of follow a thread. So my questions are, what do we need to know going into this month and what's going on behind the scenes? Now these cards are playing into each other. So on what we need to know, I have the Knight of Cups, which is a messenger. This is a message about an offer being made. And it's facing into a king of the same suit, King of Cups. So the King of Cups is on what's going on behind the scenes and an offer being made or something being offered to someone or looking into something, looking into a king perhaps. And when I say king, it basically means a leader. It could be a world leader, a CEO, a leader of some kind would be represented by the King card. And there's something behind the scenes about an offer being made to a king. So we'll leave that here and perhaps come back to it, seeing how the other cards play into this. Okay. Next is what is being planned. So things that are being planned this month, we have something kind of fishy going on. This card indicates things that are not always above board, something a little underhanded perhaps. It is a messenger. And it's facing kind of like its back is to the next card, which is the Tower card that I mentioned earlier. So there could be some maybe flags that aren't real. There could be something like that being planned because we have this kind of underhanded card and it's right next to the Tower. And the question on the Tower card was, what is unexpected? So we have the Tower card. This is a card of something coming to an end, usually a violent end. And this is the card of destruction, of something coming apart at the seams. And this is going to be unexpected in August, okay? At least by the general public. So just know there's something fishy with it, okay? Not everything is face value, especially in August, especially with that Page of Cups right next to it. It just tells me there's something not right about it. So if there is an explosive event or something that happens that grabs maybe national or world attention or puts a lot of fear into the population, yeah, it's not all above board, okay? And right after that, this is what concerns me, because right after that we have the Devil card. Now, Now, the Devil card. Devil card is about bondage, materialism, being stuck in lower vibrations. And that is on what is the truth. So that's really interesting to have the Devil on that. So again, central to the whole thing, and I'll show the way the cards are laid out at the end of this, but right in the middle is the Tower on what's unexpected. What is the truth? The Devil. So what gives us hope this month? It seems like there's some negative stuff going on. What gives hope? We have the Fool card coming in. It's an opportunity to start again. The way the universe works, things are always on the move and always changing. So as long as we know that, if something does come to an end, we can see it as ushering in something new to take its place that's better than it was, that's going to lead us into a better place. And we have the King of Swords on the likely outcome, which is a strong card. It's an indicator of leadership, but it might be kind of a bumpy ride this month. All right, I'm going to pause the video right here, and I'll be right back. What I'm sensing as I'm focusing in on the highest Christ energy, the highest light of God, what I'm sensing is to relay the message that August will be about looking at the truth and not at appearances. Appearances for August will be or prove to be a distraction from the truth of a situation. I feel like there's a distortion coming, and it's going to be purposefully done to steer the narrative away from the truth. However, the truth is becoming greater in appearance and greater in the awareness of the people. There is an effort that will be made to focus people's attention as a diversion on possible events. And I'm feeling like this card here that we talked about earlier, that it's kind of a little something fishy going on. And it's directly related to a highly charged political stunt and maneuver. And there's all kinds of lies and mistruths around it. This is going to really cause people to dig into the truth. And it's going to take people speaking up what they know about things that are in the news as a distraction. There may be some who speak out. It's almost like I'm feeling there's going to be some people speaking the truth about what's really happening. There's going to be a groundswell of support for someone important who's going to be speaking out. I'm getting the image of like a ship at sea, and you're trying to keep this boat or ship afloat, And I'm getting like the nefarious types. They have this boat and they're trying to keep it afloat. But there's leaks that keep popping up everywhere on this little boat. A little leak will spring up, and then somebody has to rush over and tamp that down, and then another leak springs up, and somebody's going over to that side of the boat to tamp that spring down. And all of these little leaks are springing up in this boat. This is the image I'm getting. And what I'm sensing is it seems like the nefarious types, those that are the controllers of the narrative, those that are trying to steer humanity a certain direction, those that are lying in the media and the news and creating distractions and all of that, okay? They're the ones trying to keep their boat afloat. And it's riddled with holes. The boat is riddled with holes. And there's only so many times that you can try to patch a boat that's afloat, okay, before it's just, you just can't do it anymore. It's just too much, you're just taking on too much water. There's water that's coming in, figuratively, I think. And it's like there's too many people that know the truth now. The proverbial cat is out of the bag. And there's only so much trying to it's like putting out brush fires that keep popping up, and you're putting out a fire over here, and it's that imagery. But I'm seeing it with a boat anyway. Trying to keep the boat afloat, and it's taking on more water, and pretty soon the boat's going to sink. There's nothing they can do about it. And right now it's like all hands on deck. Literally, all hands on deck. Go find these leaks, get that Flex Seal tape, slap it on there, and keep this boat afloat. And everybody else is trying to bail water out of a sinking ship. This is a month to not lose heart. And it's easy to lose heart if we get sucked in to the narrative or being distracted. Our strength comes this month from going within and knowing what the truth is. No matter what is projected outward, no matter what catastrophe happens, maybe it will help to hold on to that imagery of the boat is sinking. And the boat I'm talking about is a boat that was never meant to sail, okay? It's the boat of lies. It's the boat of deceit. It's the boat that a lot of people are on. Mostly because they were sold a ticket, they got on this boat, and they're sailing, and some people are waking up and going, oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong boat. Some are waking up, and it's happening, guys. It's happening. The message I'm just wanting to get across that I'm feeling is to not get discouraged this month. And maybe try to see whatever happens, whatever these types throw as a distraction, try to see it as a last-ditch effort to plug the holes on the sinking ship. And remember, what gives us hope is the Fool card, the card of new beginnings. There's a lot of energy being spent this month on keeping the narrative alive and pumping that out, and it's going to be fierce. I'm feeling that. It's going to be the news cycle is the lies are going to be intense And for those who see through it, it's going to be ridiculous. And a lot of people are probably going to be thinking, how in the world can people believe this? It's ridiculous. It's going to be so outrageous to some, while other people just go along with it because that's what they think. They're moving, they're following the little rabbit trail off on a tangent that is a dead end, but they're following it. And the rest, I mean, the divide is going to become even more intense between the ridiculousness of what's happening and those that are committed to believing it, committed to pummeling it out there, and it's gonna erupt this month. This is a month to engage. Whatever you're afraid of happening, don't worry about that. This is a time to just be truthful and get your message out there. Be heard, be seen, be vocal. That's the message I'm getting. And a really good way to bypass cognitive dissonance in people is to ask questions so that they have to face the lie that they're believing. A lot of times people want to tell someone what the truth is, and then that just people just get defensive and put blinders up. But if you can just turn it around and ask a question to make them question it, that's a good way to bypass those defenses. If someone has fear as their only weapon, and when that weapon doesn't work anymore, they've got nothing left. So I know I'm going on and on about this, but this is what I'm really feeling is the lies that are going to be strong this month, and the divide between the ridiculousness of it and the entrenchment of it is going to become more and more apparent. And it's futile. Those that are propping up the lies are going to have a really hard time, and they're pulling out all the stops, and it could get kind of ugly this month. So be vocal, stand up for the truth. This is a time to not sit on the sidelines. And what have you got to lose? This is a time to know we don't have anything to lose. This is a time to speak out, speak up, be heard, and let your voice be heard. Okay, now I want to take a look at what's happening in Holland with the farmers, the Dutch farmers. As I closed my eyes and tuned into this, what I was sensing was an energy coming in, a foreign nation coming in to assist the Dutch government in their efforts. Okay, so this could be kind of not so good in terms of the farmers, food, all of that. But I'm sensing, okay, and forgive me, I don't have a map in front of me. My globe is up on top of my shelf, and I'd have to get a ladder and get all distracted, and I don't want to do that right now. To look at my little map. So I'm just picturing in my mind, I'm seeing Holland. It's whatever country is north and a little bit to the east of there. Is that Germany? Forgive me, I don't know. So maybe you could let me know in the comments. Or maybe I'll look at it after I'm done with recording this. But there's an energy coming in to the Dutch government. I believe it's a government connection. Let me tune into that and see real quick. Yeah, it's going into the government to kind of prop up the government's position and to kind of aid in this standoff, crackdown, whatever is happening there. But I'm sensing that other energy coming in to assist them. As I'm focusing in on Holland, I'm seeing like a big pencil eraser, and it's like erasing over, trying to erase something or eradicate something. And that's the energy of it, trying to erase. So this eraser is a nefarious feeling. So as we light beings stand in solidarity with the farmers and the people of the Netherlands, call on angelic support, light being support, and see those areas filled back in, that eraser is being canceled and what was there is being marked back in again on the map. I'm just being shown a map and that energy wanting to erase, basically just erase it from the map. And we're calling in the energies of light, the energies of good, and standing in solidarity with the people there and holding that they're going to put back what was there before and not allow it to be eradicated or erased. Okay, so recapping for this month, just prepare for it to be a wild month. Expect the unexpected and don't get lost in the chaos. Be strong in yourself and in your faith and your connection to Source. And we're going to weather this storm together. Just know that the Titanic is sinking. They're patching holes and it's futile. Okay. This month is going to be crazy. So buckle up, don't get stuck, and just hold the intention that we are seeing this through to a new beginning, and that all of this is taking place, and that on the other side of it, we're going to get to create something new and something better. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. This has been IntuitiveEdge. Bye for now.